on YouTube? It's your boy Tanzer. Welcome back to my channel. We are here with episode 4 of rating your guys' teams and helping you guys improve. I just want to say I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. You know, I honestly just been waiting for 2K24 to come out. You know, I'm kind of done with 2K23, but a lot of people in my Discord said I should make one more of these, so this is exactly what I'm doing. I also want to say there's a lot of people in my Discord that submitted their teams, but I only picked a few because a lot of your guys' teams, guys, are already good, so I'm trying to pick teams that actually need help with improvement. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, if you guys like these type of uploads, drop a like for your boy, and let's get into our very first team. Let's go. All right, guys, here is our very first team from Conductor Sab 123. He has 2,500 MT, so not that much to work with, but his team honestly does not look that bad, literally at all. Starting lineup, we got Odom, Tim Thomas, Shet Holmgren, Mark Eaton, and George Amirsan. So overall, pretty good lineup. His smallest player is 6'10", which is not bad at all because that Tim Thomas card is really good. On his bench, he's got Cade, Bender, Markkanen, Shaq, and Yao Ming. So honestly, this team is probably like an 8 out of 10 or maybe like a 7.8 out of 10 because a lot of these cards, I mean, I guess you could upgrade them, but he only has 2,000 MT. So overall, I think you spent your money pretty good, my boy. I'm not going to lie. Only thing I would do different to this team is probably, you know, you guys know me. I love Jonathan Bender. I love height. You know what I'm saying? Your lineup's already kind of like, your starting lineup already has height, so you don't have to do it, but I would probably put Bender in the starting lineup. But with that being said, this team's not bad at all. You know, Cade has good size off the bench, so does Laurie, so does Shaq and Yao Ming. They're all over 7 feet tall, obviously, besides Cade. Like I said, first team, not much I could do because you only have 2,000 MT. I think you did pretty good. This is an 8 out of 10 for sure. Here we go with our second team from my boy Waiting Tripod 19. I think this is my boy Donnie in my Discord. He has 13,000 MT, and his starting lineup, he's got Kobe, Jonathan Bender, Wemby, Mirasan, and Yao Ming. Then on the bench, he's got Curry, McGrady, Panchero, Nikola Jokic, and Ralph Sampson. Not bad. Okay, not bad. I think this team is a little worse just because of the bench, so I think this has to be like a 7.5 out of 10. You know what I mean? Close to an 8 out of 10. Starting lineup, really not that bad at all. You definitely have some size with Bender, Wemby, Mirasan, and Yao Ming. That's not bad of a starting lineup at all. But his bench needs some work, so personally, this is what I would do. You got 13,000 MT, right? Curry, he's not bad. He is an end game. If you're nice with him, you're nice with him, but I would probably move him to the edge of the bench, put LaMelo as your starter, or even Devin Booker or Ginobili. They are a little taller than Curry. I would probably rock the LaMelo card. I think he's pretty good. You could leave McGrady as your backup shooting guard. I'm not a fan of the Paolo Panchero small forward card. I just think he's too small, but you could keep him if you want. But I honestly think since you have 13k MT, you could buy like an Alexev Pokusevsky card. He is 7 feet tall and he plays the small forward position. So right there, he is taller than Paolo, but you know, that's up to you if you want to do that. But the position I think you need change the most is your backup power forward spot. That Jokic card, I feel like if you're rocking Jokic, you have to use him as a point guard. Other than that, I feel like he's not really the best, you know what I'm saying? So I would pick up this 16-bit Kristaps Porzingis. He's 7'3" and plays the power forward position. So if you do that, you got a 7 foot tall small forward and a 7'3" power forward as your backup. So that makes your bench automatically better. Plus LaMelo as your backup point guard. You got way more height. And with that being said, the Alexev and Porzingis card, they're both like 8k MT. So you could sell some cards, make it worth it. But with that being said, this is what I think your team would look like. And yeah, that would be like an 8 out of 10 at least, bro. Here's our next team, man. He's got 7,900 MT. From the looks of it, this team does not look bad at all. I just think I should change a few things on the bench. But his starting lineup, he's got LaMelo, PG, Bol, Mark Eaton, and Yao Ming. Overall, not bad size at all. You know what I'm saying? There could be some better point guards than that LaMelo endgame card, but that LaMelo endgame card is still pretty solid, so I'm not that mad about that. So I would probably move Marc Gasol to the backup power forward spot. And then for your backup center, maybe get like a taller, you know, budget type of center, because I do think that your center position needs a little more height. Marc Gasol and Pau Gasol, they're not the tallest. So maybe pick up like the Arvydas Sabonis card. He goes for like 10k, 8k MT. He's like 7'2", 7'3", something like that. So here's a little example of what I think your team could look like. Overall, you only have 8,000 MT, so there's not much I could help with. Guys, make sure when you send these in though that you guys definitely show me how much MT you have. Otherwise, I can't really help. You know what I'm saying? I could just rate your team. But from the looks of this, I think this is like another 8 out of 10 overall team. You know what I mean? Nothing too special, but it's still good enough to get the job done online. But if you do this overall, your bench still has some height, and overall your team is not looking bad at all. Next up, we have our fourth team from Mr. TNT, man. And okay, his lineup is looking a little spicy, not bad at all. And he has 56,000 MT to work with. That's what I like to see, man. I like seeing these teams that I could actually help you guys out a little bit. So starting lineup, He's got Bron, Tim Thomas, Porzingis, Sean Bradley, Yao Ming. 4 out of 5 endgame cards are really good. That Tim Thomas invincible card for shooting guard, he is 6'10". That's a pretty good starting lineup. I'm not gonna lie. That's like a 9 out of 10 starting lineup. His bench, he's got James Harden, Bender, Panchero, Wilt Chamberlain, and George Mirasan. Okay, so I think his bench could be tweaked a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie. If you leave it as that, bro, this is like an 8.7 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. This lineup is already looking pretty good, but personally, so instead of James Harden, I know that James Harden card is low-key underrated, but I like some size, man. I would pick up the invincible Lamar Odom. He's literally 6'10", 6'11". He's like 20K MT. He's a lefty as well. I like Lamar Odom over James Harden. That's just me. And for the backup small forward position, I don't like that Paolo Banchero card, bro. He's just too tiny. There's just too much better options, bro. Pick up the interdimensional Bol, sell your Paolo Banchero. You might even make some MT off of that. But with that being said, you would have a 6'11" point guard and a 7'2", 7'3". I don't know how tall Bol is. 7'1", 7'2", small forward, backup small forward. So with that being said, that already makes your bench get way more height, and I think that would for sure bring your team to a 9 out of 10 because that starting lineup is really good. I'm not gonna lie, that starting lineup is really good. All right, let's jump into our next team from my boy Punks4OI8. I don't know how to say your name, but this guy, you could tell he's definitely new at the game. He doesn't have much good cards at all. I think he has a lot of free cards, and he only has 1,500 MT, but I could still help you out, my boy. Don't worry, don't worry. This is his starting lineup as of right now. This has to be like, you know, like a 6 out of 10. Because you could just tell he's new, you know what I mean? He needs some more firepower for sure. I mean, he's got a 91 overall Yao Ming starting. You know, that's not bad. He's still Yao Ming, you know what I'm saying? But you guys get the point. So personally, a lot of these cards has to go. So I'm just going to show you guys the team that I would make with this guy's position. So this is what I would do. I think LaMelo Ball should be your starting point guard instead of Ja Morant. Ja Morant's not bad. You could put him on the bench if you want. But I think LaMelo is just a better and taller point guard to use for your starting lineup. You could keep Tracy McGrady as your starting shooting guard. He is a little small, but that card is still really good. And then for your starting small forward position, you could pick up this Bob Needlelicky card. He is in the spotlight challenges, so you could get this card for free. He has pretty good size, and he's really good. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty underrated. I took your Dirk off the bench, put him in your starting lineup, and same with your Kareem. So with that being said, your lineup would have a little more height. It's still not the greatest, but it was definitely way better than what you had. Then on your bench, Doug Christie, James Worthy, and Jack Sigma are also all free cards that you could also get from the spotlight challenges. So I really suggest you to do that, bro. You could literally pick up 4 of these cards in your lineup for free. So I definitely suggest you to do that. D Wade as your backup shooting guard, you know, still not the best, but James Worthy, Sigma, and Doug Christie are all free cards, and they're pretty good. Then I move Yao Ming to your bench. I think if you do this, this is still like, you know, like a 7 out of 10, but it will definitely be better for you to use. So I definitely recommend you doing that, man. Not gonna lie. Here we go. Let's get into our next team from my boy Nas Wow 85. He's got 35,000 MT, and his starting lineup, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, looks kind of fire. He's got Ben Simmons, Tracy McGrady, Dirk, all end games. He got Big Z for his power forward. Love that. That's a good card. And George Mirasan for his starting center. So honestly, from the first look of it, that starting lineup is like an 8.7, almost a 9 out of 10, not gonna lie. Pretty good starting lineup. So I'm not gonna lie, since you have Ben Simmons, I don't think you need Tracy McGrady as your starting shooting guard. I think Tracy McGrady, if you're using that card, he should be a point guard, but you already have Ben Simmons. So personally, what I would do, I would move Jonathan Bender to your starting lineup. You could sell that Tracy McGrady, can make you some MT. You could keep the rest of your starting lineup. Here, I'm gonna put up a little graphic for you. Then for your bench, you got Kobe, and then with that money that you sold from Tracy McGrady, I think you should pick up the end game Paul George. I think he's a little cheaper than that Tracy McGrady card, and that Paul George card is like a top 3 shooting guard in the game. He shoots great, he moves great, and he's not too small. He'll fit good on your bench. Then you could keep Bol for your backup 3, and then DeMarcus Cousins was your backup 4, but I personally think that this Kristaps Porzingis is better, and I think he is cheaper. He's 7'3", so that adds more height to your backup lineup. And then you could keep that Yao Ming, but I still think you could even upgrade your backup center with how much money you have left over. But overall, if this is your starting lineup, man, this is like basically a 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? This team is really good. You got height from Ben to Bender to Dirk to Big Z to George Mirasan. You got pretty good height, and then your backup bench, definitely not bad at all. So this is definitely a good team. Shout out to my boy Naswao 85. It's a good team. All right, last but not least, here is our last team we're gonna rate, man, by Trey Sen is cool. He only has 823 MT, so we have like nothing to work with. So here's his starting lineup. He's got Endgame, LaMelo, Scotty, Paolo Banchero, Dirk, and then Walker Kessler. I don't know why I almost said that wrong. So from the starting lineup, it looks decent. You know what I'm saying? But look at his bench, guys. I'm not going to lie. His bench, I'm not going to lie, bro. You got to sell a lot of these cards. I think, how many point guards do you got on your team, bro? You got Lonzo, D Wade, Julius Irving, J.R. Smith, Curry, and D Book. He's got what, 6, 7 point guards all on his bench. You don't need that much point guards, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You got to sell like half of your bench. So I noticed with my Discord and a lot of people that send in their teams, a lot of people think that like since cards are end game cards, that's really good and that's the way to go. But I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of cards that are non-end games that are better than most end game cards. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Not every end game card is needed. Like this backup lineup, just unneeded. You know what I mean? Just way too much positions that play the same position. It's just, so I know he only has 800 MT, but here's the little graphic of what I would do or what you should at least aim for to change your team. So you could keep LaMelo Ball as your starting point guard. I would move Scottie Pippen to your bench. I would pick up Jonathan Bender. He's like 8K MT. If you can find a way to get him, definitely do that. He's like the best budget. He is the best budget shooting guard in the game. He's 7 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? You need him. Move Paolo to your bench as well. Pick up Alexev Pokusevski. So with that being said, you have 2 7-footers in your starting lineup just like that with Bender and Poku. Move Dirk to your bench as well. Try to pick up 16-bit Porzingis, another 7'3" person in your lineup. So with that being said, your lineup's already way taller than what you had before. Try to pick up like at least a Yao Ming. There's a lot of decent cards you could pick up for, like, you know, that's a center that's over 7 feet tall. Yao Ming, Arvydas Sabonis, Ralph Sampson, but Yao Ming is pretty cheap and he's over 7 feet tall. So if you do this with your starting lineup, bro, your starting lineup is already looking really tall. Literally all of them are over 7 feet tall except LaMelo Ball, but he's a point guard, so that's cool. Then for your bench, man, a lot of the cards I took out, so I would sell most of the cards that are not in this lineup. They're just not needed. Paulo Banchero is your backup small forward, Dirk as your backup power forward, and Walker Kessler as your backup center. I still think that bench needs some work, but overall, your team before honestly was like a 6.5 out of 10. I think this could bring it up to like almost an 8 out of 10, a 7.8 out of 10. Bench still needs some work, but that starting lineup is pretty good, man. But like I said, I know you only got 800 MT, but this is personally what I would do. You feel me? But with all that being said, I hope this video helped you guys out with building your team. And even if you're not in this video, I still hope it helped you guys out to give you some kind of direction on what you should do with your team. 2K24 is right around the corner, so this is probably my last team rating video for 2K23, but don't worry, I'll be doing them in 2K24, of course. If you guys are wondering how to be in one of these future uploads, all you have to do is join my Discord. It will be on the screen right here. Then once you're in my Discord, we have a team rating section. All you have to do is take a picture of your team with how much MT you have, and I will be helping you guys out, and you could possibly be in one of my future uploads. But if you made it to the very end of this video and you watched the entire thing, then comment the word squad down below so I know that you're a real one and watch the entire video. It's been your boy Tanzer. I'll see y'all on my next upload. Peace.